Hello my motor enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the life of a Formula One personality known for his charisma and speed, Daniel Ricciardo.
Oh, Daniel Ricciardo? He's quite the character, isn't he? What's the latest about him?
Well, he recently shared some fun facts about himself. Did you know he describes himself as adventurous, chilled, and energetic?
That sounds just like him. He's always had a zest for life, both on and off the track. What else did he share?
He spoke about his first driving experience. Imagine this, a 3-year-old Daniel zooming down his driveway in a pedal go-kart.
Ha! Starting young indeed. The passion was there from the start, then?
Absolutely, and it's taken him from pedal go-karts to the pinnacle of motorsport. He also shared his dream dinner party guests from F1. Guess who made the list?
Let me think, knowing his sense of humor, maybe James Hunt.
Spot on. Along with Lando Norris and Valtteri Bottas. Quite a lineup, right?
Definitely a dinner party I'd love to be a fly on the wall for. And what's this I hear about a band?
Oh, you'll love this, The Rejects. He'd have Charles Leclerc on the piano and Lando Norris banging the drums.
Sounds like they'd make more noise off the track than on. Daniel always keeps it interesting.
Hey there, motor enthusiasts. I'm Enzo, your host, coming to you live from F1 Motor Fever podcast, where we fuel your need for speed every single day. Joining me is the ever-insightful William, my trusty sidekick in all things Formula One.
Thanks, Enzo. Always a pleasure to chat about the latest and greatest in the world of racing.
Absolutely, and hey, if you love what we're doing, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on those notifications, and drop a comment below. Sharing our podcast with your friends and family really helps us keep the engines running here at F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Definitely, and we've got some particularly exciting stuff on the lineup today, haven't we?
Oh, absolutely. You won't believe what I'm about to reveal. Today, we're zooming in on the life of Daniel Ricciardo, and let's just say, the man does keep things interesting both on and off the track. I promise, it's going to be a thrilling ride, so stick around.
Can't wait to dive into that.
Full throttle. So, diving back into Daniel Ricciardo's world, he got his driving license on his first try, though he was quite nervous about the reverse parallel parking and the hill start. Quite the achievement, wouldn't you say?
That's interesting, but tell me, why would reverse parallel parking be such a big deal for a future Formula One driver?
That's a bit of a daft question, isn't it? One could argue that if you can handle a Formula One car at over 300 km per hour, a bit of parallel parking should be a doddle.
True, but remember, not all our listeners might be as well versed in the nuances of Formula One. Some might find the challenges of ordinary driving just as daunting as racing.
Fair point, but let's not risk our seasoned listeners switching off. They might be expecting more throttle and less parking chatter.
Still, it's a humanizing detail, isn't it? Shows that even the top drivers have to tackle everyday tasks just like the rest of us.
That's true. It does add a layer to his character. Speaking of character, did you know Ricciardo spends most of his time with his manager, Blake? They're pretty thick, which must be nice, having a best mate right there in the paddock.
And what about his bromance with Lando Norris? They didn't hit it off straight away at McLaren, did they?
Nope, took a bit of time, but now they're good mates. Even spent a holiday together. Shows you how relationships can evolve, especially when you're sharing the high pressures of Formula One. Right, just to catch everyone up, we've been digging into some rather intriguing aspects of Daniel Ricciardo's life off the racetrack. From conquering his driving test jitters to his close relationship with his manager, Blake Friend, and his evolving friendship with fellow racer Lando Norris. And not forgetting the unique tidbit about his pedal go-kart from childhood, numbered 34 after his dad's racing number.
It's fascinating to see how these elements weave into the persona of a Formula One driver off the circuit, isn't it?
Absolutely, it paints a fuller picture of who they are beyond just the helmet and the race suit. Speaking of personal details, Ricciardo also mentioned his dream Formula One band, quite the ensemble that would be.
Indeed. It's these little quirks and stories that truly bring these drivers to life for the fans. So, shall we dive deeper into that brotherly bond with Lando?
Let's do just that. Their camaraderie certainly adds another layer of drama and excitement to the racing scene. Moving along with our delve into the lives of Formula One personalities, what do you think about the way these racers, like Ricciardo, manage their friendships and relationships despite the high-paced world they live in?
It's honestly quite remarkable. Consider the stress and the commitment required at that level of competition, Yet here's Ricciardo, maintaining old friendships from his go-kart days and building new ones with competitors like Norris. The story about them hanging out on his farm in Perth, that gives a very down-to-earth feel to what we usually see as a glamorous, fast-paced lifestyle.
Indeed, it's a breath of fresh air to hear about their lives outside the cockpit. Ricciardo also mentioned having two close friends named Blake, calling them Tall Blake and Manager Blake. It's a funny, yet touching detail showing how he keeps his personal and professional worlds intertwined yet distinct.
Absolutely. And it speaks volumes about Ricciardo's character, doesn't it? The fact that he's managed to keep a childhood friend so close, someone who's been with him through thick and thin, despite the different paths their lives have taken.
It does. It showcases a level of loyalty and stability, qualities that are surely as valuable off the track as on it. His approach to relationships might just be a key factor in his mental resilience and success. It's fascinating how the personal facets of a driver can illuminate so much about their professional ethos, isn't it?
Completely. It offers a whole new dimension to understanding their performances and reactions under the high pressures of Formula One. The real background stories like these are what make the sport deeply engaging beyond just the racing.
Fascinating to hear Ricciardo's picks for his all-time Formula One dream team. Choosing Mario Andretti, Michael Schumacher, and Eddie Jordan, that's quite an eclectic mix, isn't it? He clearly values versatility and technical acumen. What's your take on this combination?
It's an intriguing selection indeed. Andretti's success across different motorsport disciplines certainly makes him a compelling choice. Schumacher's inclusion is less surprising given his legendary status and profound technical insight. As for Eddie Jordan, his charismatic and unconventional approach must have been factors. It's a team that would have brought both performance and personality in spades.
Absolutely. And moving to a lighter note, Ricciardo's idea of an F1 band called The Rejects is quite amusing. Charles Leclerc on the piano, Lando Norris on the drums, and Yuki on backup vocals, sounds like a band with a lot of character. And Ricciardo himself on the harmonica. I must say, I'm quite amused by the idea of racers forming a band.
It does conjure a delightful image, doesn't it? The camaraderie and the lighter side of the sport are always refreshing to hear about. It's these human elements that really enrich the narrative of Formula One, beyond the intense competition.
Indeed, and speaking of enriching stories, Ricciardo's reflection on his proudest moments in Formula One, his first win and his performance at Melbourne, truly underscores the emotional highs and lows of the sport. The disqualification in Melbourne must have been a tough blow, especially considering it was a home race.
Yes, those moments of triumph mixed with trials really define a racer's career and character. It's the resilience to bounce back from such setbacks that often separates the good from the great.
Now reflecting on advice for newcomers, Ricciardo emphasizes the importance of enjoying what you do. He believes that fun is the essential ingredient in not just racing, but any sport. It's a refreshing perspective, isn't it? The idea that success should stem from passion and enjoyment rather than just the pursuit of accolades.
Absolutely, it's a vital reminder that the heart of any enduring career, especially in something as demanding as Formula One, has to be a love for the sport. If young drivers are driven by fun, they are more likely to invest the necessary effort and maintain their motivation over the long term.
And looking ahead, Ricciardo imagines a future where he could balance a world title with more serene times on his farm. It's a dream that combines the pinnacle of professional achievement with personal contentment. How important do you think it is for athletes to have such visions for their future?
It's crucial. Having a clear vision can guide them through the ups and downs of a career. For athletes, especially in a global spotlight like Formula One, balancing ambition with personal happiness is key to sustaining both mental and physical health. Ricciardo's dual focus on career and personal life seems to be a healthy approach to dealing with the pressures of the sport.
Indeed, that balance is something we can all aspire to, regardless of our profession. As we edge closer to the end of today's discussion, it's clear that the personal insights and aspirations of drivers like Ricciardo add a rich layer to the narrative of Formula One, beyond just the racetracks and championships. William, fancy having a butcher's at some fresh comments from the internet on a rather topical matter?
Right, let's dive into it. User Ice Cold Coffee says, quote, Verstappen not a fan of Formula One super license point system blocking Antonelli, unquote. This sparks quite the debate over the so-called Verstappen clause.
Oh, that's stirring the pot a bit, isn't it? What's the crowd saying?
Well, user Celia and Amber remarks, quote, it's called the Verstappen clause for a reason, unquote. Then Salty Fred chimes in with, quote, Kimi did it better, unquote, to which Celia and Amber respond, quote, yeah, but the rules weren't changed because of Raikkonen, they were changed because of Verstappen, unquote.
There's always a bit of history to these rules, eh? Any other good nuggets?
Indeed, there are. No influence 1035 notes, quote, "Of course he isn't. It was brought in to stop others doing what Max did," unquote. And when asked by Jory 90 what Max did exactly, No Influence explains, quote, "Jumped straight into Formula One with only 1 year in single-seaters at age 17, unquote. And Jory 90 reckons, quote, "And it worked out pretty well, so I don't see any particular problem with it," unquote.
Quite the discussion. Anything on the broader implications?
Yes, Gravy Image points out, quote, "The FIA not liking them devaluing their feeder ladder by skipping steps is the main issue," unquote. Careful Astronomer 255 then argues that most Formula One teams don't value the feeder anyway, suggesting that most Formula 2 champions will either never get a chance in Formula One or have shown they'll never be more than a backmarker.
It's clear there's a lot of passion about the pathways into Formula One. It sounds like a mix of respect for the process and a bit of frustration with how things are run.
Precisely, it's a topic that never fails to get an engine revving in terms of opinions. The discussions around the superlicense points and the feeder series really highlight the complexities of managing a sport that's as fiercely competitive and high stakes as Formula One.
Well, thanks for that roundup, William. As ever, the fans and the pundits have their fingers on the pulse, providing us with plenty to ponder. It's these passionate debates that keep the world of Formula One so dynamically engaging. Thanks for tuning into F1 Motor Fever podcast today. We've had a riveting discussion about the intricacies of the Formula One superlicense point system and the broader implications it holds for the sport's future. It's been fantastic sharing this time with you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our episodes. Your engagement really drives us forward, so please, feel free to share our podcast, comment, and spread the word in your social circles.
And remember, we're here bringing you the latest from the fast lane every day. It's always a pleasure, and who knows what exciting topics we'll shift gears into next time. So, keep your notifications on, and maybe bring a mate or two for the next ride.
We truly appreciate your company and look forward to having you with us again. Until then, remember our mantra, Redwoodall, pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road, our channel's content is pure gold.